Hello everyone, my name's Errol. I'm from Prestige Shoe Repairs Inc, but my shop's name is City Hall Shoe Repair Shop. This is another video for you of a project that I'm going to be doing. Customers come in with a pair of Allen Edmonds, can't see the name, but the pair of Allen Edmonds that they've had repaired before somewhere else, and it's not a very good job. I mean, look at the stitching for a start. They might have been recrafted there, but because their stitching looks like that, and the heels are all misshaped, and someone didn't pull the old thread out. So basically what I'm going to be doing is, and this is the other one, you look at the stitching there, not great, and again like the threads all around the back of the heel, you can see that, and they're at an angle. So basically I'm going to recraft these, but the customer didn't want to spend a fortune on them. Oh, these are Park Avenues. Okay, very nice. But they didn't want to spend the $175 for a JR sole and heel. Don't ask me why. So we're just going to be using the house leather, which is this. Just a plain leather sole and the heel. But we're going to do a great job on them. And that was $115, so $115 for a full recraft. So I'm going to take you through this resole a bit step by step. So we're going to remove the hilt blocks first. Because I like to keep hold of them heel blocks. Yep, they come off all right. Well, you can see how they were put back on. And if they were Allen Edmonds, they've not been done very well, but I think you'll find it's probably another shoe place. So that's stripped off. I'm going to strip the soles off as well, which takes a bit of time, so I'm not going to do it everything. I'm going to show you once I've done it. I'm taking another heel block. I might actually use some new heel blocks, we'll see. So that's another one stripped off. So I'm going to go over, because I mean, look how close that stitching's got to the edge. Look, that's just terrible. All right, okay. So I'm going to strip them off and then come back to you, and then you'll see the next step. Let's continue. So basically, I've gone on the machine and I've ground all the old stitches off. A lot of people cut them off, but it's quicker to do it on the machine because you don't slip with the knife, because you can slip and take the welt out. So this is lacquer thinner. Pour that on there to loosen the glue, if they've used any. So let's see if we can get this off now. Wow, got them on pretty well. There we go. We should get this off because I want to save the welt. Okay. Yep. Alright. Okay. Right. So taking the sole off. All the old caulk has come off on the sole. Don't need that, it's going in the bin. And you've got all the caulk. So I'm going to clean all the caulk out now, because we're going to replace that. Right. And this particular shoe doesn't have a shank, a wooden shank or anything like that. So it's not inside there. Everyone's going to say, oh, there's a mark there, but no, there's no shank in these. Some Allen Edmonds don't use shanks because they've got the hard foot linings inside, which corresponds as a shank. Okay, so I'm cleaning this out. I'm going to clean this out a little bit more fuller, and then I'll come back to you once it's all cleaned out and I'm ready to put the caulk in. Alright, that's the proper way to do it, which is what I'm doing. And all of this, I'm doing it correctly with the new cork and everything and the soles, and take all the stitching out and everything for $115. Man, you know, I'm cheap, but I like to do the job properly, because there's some overpriced cobblers around. You know, even if I was doing the JR leather soles and the heels, I do a nice finish, do exactly like anyone else does, $175. So, all right, so I'll see you soon. Bye. All right, me again. I'm just taking the other sole off a shoe, as you can see, but there's no cork inside it. Someone who's done them before has filled them with foam instead of putting the cork back. That's pretty ridiculous, really. Anyway, so cleaned all the cork out. I've just taken all the stitches out. You can see that. Very time consuming. 2 layers I've had to take out of that. Took me about 10 minutes. So yeah, so I'm going to do this next one, and then I'll get back to you when I'm filling it with the cork, how it's meant to be done. See you later. Yeah, back again. Going to put the cork in. I've put a little piece of shank, a little bit of shank in there, because it was feeling a little bit flexible because they're a bit old. And I don't know if the other guy took them out, so I've put a cardboard one in anyway, so I'll give it a little bit of strength. Got my cork already cut out. Place it into the shoe as such. Sorry about that cable in the way. And we just tap it down into the insides of the grooves. Let that dry for a second, and then we will rub it down, and it will turn out like that, because I've just done that one. So make it nice and smooth, and then we go from that. We go to putting the soles on. So when I come back, I'll have the soles all glued up, shoes all glued up, ready to put on. And actually, I might put them on and then stitch them. Maybe we'll see. Okay, all right. Thanks. Bye. Okay, so we're done with the soles, stitching them on. It's all stitched. Yeah. I know it's white stitching, but we colour that black, so it actually blends in the shoe. So yeah, so that's all stitched on. Both of them, all done. Next stage is to put the heel blocks on. These I've decided that, if you look, the old heel blocks, this is how much the guy tapered them in. Now this is obviously the correct welt and everything, the shape. Look at that, look, see? He took so much of the heel off. Look how much the distance are. So I'm going to put some new ones on. So I've got to make those stacked leather heel bases. So I'm going to get on with that, and then I'll get back to you and when I'm finished them all up, okay? Thanks very much. Goodbye. Alright, we're back. I've made the stacked heel bases. Yeah. I've finished them all the way around. Nice and smooth. This is the next job, is to black them again. The heel bases, made stacked heel bases. Yeah, I've finished them all the way around as well. So the next thing is to finish them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape up the soles so I don't get them dirty. Even though I rub them down afterwards, I always tape the soles up. So I'll keep them nice and looking nice and clean. Because once you get the ink on them, it's very, very difficult. Well, not difficult, but you have to really sand it to get it off. You take off the leather off doing it. So I'd rather not do it. I take my time, and I tape the actual sole up itself, and I tape the heel up as well. Because the... oh, I didn't show you the heels, did I? I'm putting as a special treat to the customer, even though they've only paid the $1.15 for these. I put on the JR heels, the quarter rubber heels. But yeah, I'm going to take them up as well because I don't want them to be dirty as well. So I'm going to do this. Going to trim all the tape off. Actually, I'm going to do that very quickly on the machine and then come back to you. 1 second. Right. Right, you get the gist. I've just trimmed the sole off, the tape off the side. I'm going to do the heel now because I didn't want to leave you for too long. So yeah, once that's all off, then I'm going to black all the sides, black the stitching, polish that all in, and then come back with you to show you the finished product. Bye. Okay, so all the shoes are finished. As you see how dirty it gets when you do it. Okay, all right. Alright, inside, and then you got, see the stitches all been coloured in. So the next thing is to polish the shoes all nicely and then stain the bottom. I'll come back to you when both pairs are finished, stained, polished and everything, so you can look to see what they look like. Alright, but not bad, eh? Alright, thanks very much, see ya. Welcome back. So we're almost finished with these shoes. I've stripped all the old polish off these shoes now. You can still see it's still got the tape on just to keep them nice and fresh. So I stripped all of the polish off. You can see they're pretty dull. So I stripped all that off. I've just applied some cream, some nourishing cream onto these shoes. I'm doing it on these ones as well. So a little bit of cream and a little bit of rubbing. You don't have to rub hard, you just want to get the cream into the leather. It puts the pigment back in as well because it's got like a slight dye in this. So it puts the pigment back in the into the shoe. And what you do, once you've got what you think's enough on the shoe, you let it dry and then you buff it. And then it's ready for some wax. So I've just put the cream on that, so I'm going to put that to one side. Going to put my lid on the cream. Now a lot of people use sapphire or sapphire, whatever you call it. But I actually like the Tiago creams. It's pretty good. It does the same job, you know. Right, so that's dried. So we get our horsehair brush and we give it a quick buff so it gets ready for the wax that we're going to put on. I mean, look, it's already looking better. It's a nice clean shoe. Yeah. So now we're going to put some wax on there, on the toe, and give it a good buff. Now the wax I like to use, because I'm different to everyone, is the kiwi. Kiwi, I've always used it. I don't see there's anything wrong with it. So, get some wax on. As they say, wax on and then wax off. I mean, the shoe doesn't get as much wax as the toe, because if you put too much wax and give it a mirror shine on the actual shoe, you get the cracking that goes across here. So basically, it's just to put some wax on there, give it a nice shine. That will protect it as well, because it's waxed, so that you get any rain or drink or anything on it, it's just gonna bead off basically. Alright, so I'm going to carry on doing this, and I'll get back to you when I'm ready to buff. Okay? Thanks, bye. Also, I forgot to say that when waxing a shoe, you've obviously, it's a 3-stage step. Clean the shoe, clean all the old polish off and everything with some turpentine or some rubbing alcohol. Then there's the shoe cream to put the pigment back in. And then you put some shoe trees in. Gives them a nice, shape. Try and get that shape out, and then you apply the wax. I've applied the wax on this one. I put one layer of wax on the sides, and it's had 4 layers on the toes. This has had 4 layers on the toes. But I've just started buffing that. I've buffed the sides. You can see how they come up. And then we just buff the toe. The customer doesn't want a mirror toe. I was trying to sell him a mirror polish on the toe, but he didn't want to know. So he just wanted them cleaned and waxed and polished. If you got, I usually use lambskin or microfiber cloths. This is brand new. Give it a nice, even if I've done it with a brush, give it a nice buff. There you go. Okay. Nicely waxed. So that's all polished up. Now the next thing for me is to stain the sole, a nice chestnut sort of colour with the heels, and then the job's done. So I'll be show you them when the job's finished, and I'll take some photos. All right, thanks very much. See you soon. Bye bye. Okay, so we're finished with the Allen Edmonds. Let's take a look at these, all nicely polished up. And you got the sides, and a nice stain on the bottom with a little bit of pattern work. Yeah. The other one again, all nicely polished up. At the sides. And then the stain with a little bit of pattern work on it. Yeah, that way. There you go. Alright, so if you like that job, as I said, that job in total was only $115. I recrafted the whole thing, stripped them off, new cork, took all the stitches out, new leather soles, complete nourish and polish, bottom stain, everything. Alright, so, but that's just the house leather. It's not the JR leather would have cost you $175. But I put the, if you want any pattern work on it, it is a little bit extra. If you want the Triumph toe plates on the front, that's an extra $25. I only charge $25 to put those toe plates on. Okay, so like me on Instagram, the.prestige/Cobbler, or go to my City Hall shoe repair shop page and like me on there. And if you want to send your shoes to me, message me through my Facebook page or on Instagram, my phone number is on my Facebook page. You can give me a call. So yeah, I do take shippings in. That brown pair behind you see, someone shipped those to me, so I've got to do those. they'll be doing a video on those as well. So thanks very much, and see you soon. Bye bye.